joined Piet Botha at Dare to Dream Racing, and I think it's fair to say that the horses are still going into Saturday's race meeting underdone. And Piet, would that be a fair comment with regards to work at home?
Yeah, I think it's very unfortunate, but we haven't been able to do much work here. And after races yesterday, you can see how the horses are struggling to handle it. So just happy that the jockeys are bringing them back safe, and that's the most important thing, is to bring the horses back safe. But obviously we want good, honest racing, and it's very hard to get it at the moment with some of the horses that don't take a lot of work. They're coping well. The others that take a lot of work, they're struggling a little bit. So a bit of a tough position, but racing's going on, so that's good.
It is indeed good that racing is going on, Piet. We'll jump into your runners. Race 1, you've got Tyrion Lannister with Keenan aboard. Good progress, and he ran a nice race last time.
Yeah, I thought he ran a very good race last time. I was a bit disappointed with his second run, because his first run was a very nice run, and then his second run a little bit disappointing. And then he showed a bit of class again in his last run. I'm not too sure how this horse is going to go in the soft going, because he hasn't got the biggest feet, So I like him as a horse. I think he's a very nice horse. He's a quite athletic horse, So he can maybe get away with not being 100% fit. I'm just concerned about the size of his feet in his heavy going. So I'm not too sure what to expect with him tomorrow. He can run a very big race, and at the same time he can also struggle in his heavy going. So I would like to say that you should not leave him out of your quartets and things like that. Put him in your bets, but at the same time just be wary. Don't rely on him.
Good advice. Race 2, you've got Azer Fontaine coming off a rest and also coming back in trip.
Vicky, this horse has got such a beautiful action. He's such a nice horse. Moves very well. But he just doesn't seem to want to do anything on race day. And, we threw him away for a little bit just to give him time to try and find himself. And we brought him back, and we're working him. He's pretty fit, not quite as fit as what we would like him, and obviously definitely not racing fit. But I'm really, tomorrow we're just hoping to see a little bit of improvement in him to make a decision on whether we're going to carry on with him or not. So if he doesn't shape tomorrow, it might be the wrong time to say, well, let's call it today, because we know that all the horses are very unfit. But I'm hoping to see something. I'm not expecting anything. I'm not expecting him to run in the first half of the field. If he did, it would be a great surprise. I'll be very happy with that. But I don't want to say don't include him in your bets in that, but I am going to say that we're not expecting anything tomorrow. I just want to see a slight improved run. That's all.
A bit of almost a learning exercise with him. Race 5, you've got Dustgood with Keenan aboard. He's the maiden, so gets the nice weight off his back. And Piet, you put blinkers on. What's the reason for those?
So I think he's a very young, immature horse still, but he's a horse that shows me a lot of ability. I think he's a very, very smart horse in time. I was thinking probably about 5 months' time we'll see the real Dustgood. But he's quite lazy at home and doesn't do much. So we put the blinkers on just to try and get some work into him and get him to focus a bit. And he worked so well with it that I decided to run him with it and just give him a chance and see. So this is a very, very tough race. Obviously, it's a big race. And this race was initially being used as just another educational run for him. And then races got cancelled and moved and I decided to leave him in for the experience. But I am going to tell you that he is a horse that I rate. I think he's a very, very nice horse, and I would not be surprised if he had to run into the money tomorrow. And I'm really hoping that he does do that, just to show the owners the ability that I know he's got.
Race 8, the World Sports Betting Pocket Power Stakes over in the 1950. You've got Baratheon with Keenan up. Last time out, he really ran a nice type of race. Can he go close?
Vicky, I think so. I think the militant trainers over the long distance races are going to struggle a little bit. And I'm hoping that the pace in this race is not too strong, and it's probably going to be with the horse like the Futurist in the race. But I can tell you, a week ago, I was quite confident about him. I was feeling quite bullish about him winning this race, and obviously after yesterday, I've got my doubts. But he's a nice horse. I've always rated him. He just hasn't quite done what I thought he could done, and there's been excuses for him. I'm going to say, even though that we are in the position that we are in at the moment, he's got to be a runner tomorrow, and I've got a feeling he's going to run a big race.
Raceland, the 3 runners, you've got Easy Money with JP up, lovely lightweight. Typically goes the 1,000, now going 1,200.
Yeah, Jabu rode her last time and said that he feels that she wants to go a little bit further. So, the 1,200 in the heavy going, I don't know if it's a good thing or not. She's a very light frame filly and very athletic, and she's got a lot of spring in her step. So hopefully she can get through the heavy going quite well. Look, I think it's a tough race, but I wouldn't want to leave her out of any of your bets tomorrow. She's one of those horses that even though we're struggling with the conditions here, she's just doing so much, and probably a horse that then won't take so much work. And I'm thinking that she's going to run a very good race tomorrow.
Louise Diamond, is she going to take the lineup again?
I don't think so. We are going to scratch her. She ran yesterday, so looking at her this morning, she hasn't quite recovered from that run. It's unfair to run her again tomorrow. So no, we'll definitely be taking her out.
And then you've got Beneath the Moon. She's had 1 run since a rest. Do you think that she can regain her earlier form?
She's a filly that likes the soft going, and we rested her waiting for the soft going. We just haven't had the chance to try and get her back to her correct distance yet. So she ran in a sprint race last time, and she got very tired the last bit. But the early part, she looked quite good, and then just got very tired and stopped. And Keenan got off and said, "Can we please give her one more run up the straight before going around the turn?" So it's not the ideal trip for her. But I do feel that a lot of horses are going to be struggling in the heavy going, and she might be the one that can just keep rolling, So I don't think that we got her quite 100% yet, but I definitely would be including her in all the bets, because she is going to love these conditions.
Race 10, you've got Ragnar Lothbrok. Obviously, brilliant win from him last time out. Can he follow up? I know that all the connections are so pleased last time.
Yeah, I think I was more pleased than them. A lot of pressure relief last time, and I think it's going to be a race where there are so many horses that have got a chance in that race, and then it's obviously the turnaround weights as well. But he's a horse that also loves these conditions, and I just feel like he's got to have a good chance in this race tomorrow. I might not be as confident as what I was last time. Last time the distance just worried me a little bit, and this is maybe a little bit shorter than last time. But he's going to love the conditions, and he's going to run a big race, I believe. It's a wide open race. If you have to try and look to go short, just don't leave him out. I think he should be one of the horses, just because of the conditions, that should be one of your first horses that you put in.
Pete, thank you very much. All the best.
Thank you so much.
Well, that's Pete Botha from Dare to Dream Racing, with a bit of a neigh in the background from one of the horses, straight from the horse's mouth.